If you've collected some data in the field and you are working with spreadsheets, you might have a table that looks a little bit like this. This one just has a latitude and longitude. They're kind of short numbers, but it will probably look something similar to this. I've also added some additional information, some descriptions and different variables to this spreadsheet. And we want to be able to visualize this in ArcGIS Pro. So the first step we want to do is we need it to be a CSV. And so we're just going to download this as a CSV. If you're in Excel, you would just resave it as a CSV file type. And it doesn't really matter where we save it for now because we're going to have to re-export it after we get it rendered on the map. So here's our CSV. And it's just in my downloads folder for now, and that's okay. So I'm going to go to ArcGIS Pro, and in my catalog pane here, I'm just going to locate where my spreadsheet is, and I know it's in my downloads folder, so I'm just going to refresh this real quick and open up downloads, and here is my CSV. I'm going to click and drag that to my contents pane. And it's not going to show anything yet because it's technically still just a table. We can actually look at it. If you right click and select open, it'll tell you which values are in there. And you can even double check to kind of see if there's anything that's not being read correctly. Sometimes if these column headers are too long or these titles have some type of special characters in there that the program can't read, you might get some incorrect values in here, but this looks pretty good. We can see our lat long here in the column. So I'm going to just drag that here for now so I can keep it open. For rendering this table, I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. So it's actually going to be a worldwide map. I'm going to right click on my CSV and do display XY data. And it should automatically read it if there's like an XY field or a lat long field. Usually the program is smart enough to be able to tell which one it is. We don't have to worry about Z field. Z field is not going to apply in this case. And for coordinate system, it should automatically detect something, but if it doesn't, just click on this drop down and do current map. But this WGS 1984, that's okay for now. And before running it, I want to save this in a folder I'll be able to find later. So I'm just going to click on Browse, and I'm going to save it to my Google Drive. So I'm going to go to my computer, PC, and here's my G drive. And I'm just going to save this in a testing folder for now. Test. So we're going to say this is test CSV and save. And then hit OK. And it should run fairly quickly. This is a pretty short table. If you have a lot of points, sometimes it takes a couple minutes, but it looks like it's able to find our points pretty well. When we can see them on the map now and click on them, and you can actually see the data that was in that spreadsheet. So at this point, it's kind of like on a temporary, it's kind of a temporary layer, and we need to make an actual version that we can work with. So on this test one, I'm going to right click on it and then do data and export features. And this is going to give us our actual file that we're going to work with. I'm going to go ahead and save that in my folder again. Here's my test. And then I'm just going to say this is volcanoes. And then I'm going to hit OK. And we can remove this one now. And so here is our actual data. And we can click on this point, kind of give it different features. If you go to properties, you can make it just the size. I'm going to give this a different color. And black outline. And we're just going to make the outline width 0.25 and then apply. Oops, not that small. So we can see our data. And at this point, you can start editing it or doing any other additional work you need to with it.